Hello everyone and welcome to 13 Sentinels Aegis Regime. It might be Aegis. That word can be pronounced either way in the English language and you can get away with it pretty regularly. I'm not promising this is going to be a full playthrough. I've given the first 20 or 30 minutes of this game a shot and I found it interesting enough. This was suggested to me by some friends of mine and a lot of YouTubers. I didn't expect to really enjoy this kind of game, Briar Rabbit being one of those. But I am a fan of Atlas and the Persona games and everything, and I still might be doing a playthrough of that. But here we're going to have gameplay of a game called Aegis, or 13 Sentinels Aegis Regime. It's got anime, it's got mecha. I'm not 100% sold on the art style, but we'll see. Again, I'm not promising this to be a full playthrough. This is just going to be more of an experiment. I'm going to play it some today, see how it strikes me. If I'm enjoying it, I will continue to play it. If for whatever reason we decide that we're not enjoying it, we'll move on to another game. But I'm going to record a large chunk and play a few hours of the game. And if it grabs me, we'll do an LP. And if it doesn't, we won't. Now, because this is a live commentary, I am recording the audio and for myself and the game all within one video file. So there's not really going to be much of me turning myself down or anything like that. So if the audio balance is off, I apologize. We're going to test that right here for the intro. So there is going to be a quick cut. Another thing I do want to say before we get too hard into the game is I'm going to be talking when I feel like it. I'm not going to go out of my way to hear NPC dialogue or anything like that, or character dialogue. I'm going to react to it. I am going to have subtitles on, so we shouldn't have any problems or anything like that. But without further ado, there's going to be a quick cut here as I listen to the audio, and then we're going to get started into the game. Alright, let's hop on in. Everything sounded good on my end. I'm going to be selecting the English language so I can react more genuinely.
We interrupt this program to bring you an important emergency broadcast. A large unidentified object has crash-landed in the city. It is headed north toward...
So there seems to be a whole lot of sense of what's going on, and I do like mysteries like that. The characters, the 13 main characters, we get introduced to the first two, it seems right here, this young man and this young girl, and we're immediately going to play as her and get in a robot.
Proceed with caution.
I don't usually like 2D side-by-side games, but this is going to be closer to, from what I understand, gameplay-wise, to a tactics RPG. Which I like tactics RPGs. I'm a huge fan of Fire Emblem, and I like anime and I like giant robots. So there's definitely a lot for me to like, even if the art style itself might not be 100% up my alley.
It's really happening. Just as you said. A kaiju attacked, like in that movie. So we'll
For anybody who doesn't know, a kaiju
get in the robots and
is
fight.
a giant monster, usually. If you're
fate
familiar
was
with
sealed a long time
Godzilla,
ago.
Godzilla is a kaiju as far as I'm aware. This is our combat interface, and this is the kind of thing that whelmed me, or maybe underwhelmed me immediately. Like, we got some beautiful art over here on the left, although her mouth moving kind of actually distracts me from it. But this is the thing that I was a little concerned about, where this is our interface for battle. We've got a very stylized, if anybody played Nier Automata, the hacking sections with 9S. It's like very stylized, simple shapes.
Yutaka-kun, can you hear me?
Goto Senpai, what are you?
I haven't met Goto
Why are you in
Senpai yet,
Sekihara's Sentinel?
but we seem to be.
Are you
He
like
seems to be
Akron too?
confused.
Did you come from the future?
Where
We can
there's
discuss
a
that
whole
later.
lot of plot being dropped right now.
Do
But
you
he seems to be
understand the
confused that
situation
she's
we're
in somebody else's
That area is
robot.
under attack
I'm not
by
sure.
D-forces.
Maybe they
I
all,
came
all,
here to fight.
all kinds use robots.
But I don't know how to control any of this. And this robot's not making a peep.
Interesting
No time
that
for a
she's
full
number
rundown.
15,
We'll have to settle
even
for the
though the game
fundamentals.
has 13 protagonists.
Sentinels
So
are made to be controlled with your
maybe
mind.
there's a lot of
Think of it
Sentinels,
as another body connected to your brain.
and we only control 13 of them.
Try to
I'm not
direct
sure.
it. You can do it.
Like this?
So control the robot with your brain. You link in.
Whoa, it moved!
That's the
But
sound you
now
make
my
when you
head
think real
feels
hard.
weird. It's like scratchy or something.
That's the link
I
system
am
of the
liking this music.
nanomachines
It's
inside
pretty
your
popular.
brain. You'll also have a direct
Oh, there's
feed of
nanomachines in
information
our
from
brain.
the Sentinel's sensors. It should sound like your own voice is speaking directly to you. For now, you'll just have to get used to it as you fight. Can you move?
Yes,
Can we move?
I can walk, Senpai.
They're coming closer.
I keep getting these
I
pop-ups in
prefer
the way when
just
I try to look
stills, to
around.
be honest, rather than the
That's your
moving
equipment
lips. It
interface.
kind of
Use
it kind
that
of
to
bothers me.
neutralize the D-forces in front of you.
I don't know if I'm doing
So these
this right,
these red arrows
but
are enemies
how's
here,
this?
and now we're gonna get in the tutorial to actually see the combat that we're gonna be in. Now I am sounding pessimistic on this game, and I am. I am immediately, like, first impressions aren't great to me. I'd rather see the robot and fight with it than a green arrow. You know? Like, we've got this cool animation over in the screen here, and I'd rather interact with that, to be honest. It's kind of cool, and then we've got a sentry gun. Well, we're forced to use the arm-mounted cannon, or arm-mounted machine cannon. So let's go ahead and do that for now. Can I? Oh, I can turn it. All right.
Here goes.
Both of them locked up in there.
Took him down. There's more kaiju up ahead.
Slow
Now,
down.
are we fighting? Like, we're
Different
fighting
combat
kaiju.
situations might call for different
Are we
weapons.
fighting
If they're all
giant
concentrated
monsters?
in one
Because that's
area,
what
you can
my
use a
understanding of
wide
kaiju
impact
are.
armament, like the rocket launchers.
Or are we fighting
What?
giant robots?
What? Okay. Rocket launchers? Where's the rocket launcher button?
Come on, Iori. You
Check
know
your
we're
display.
supposed to
The
be
ring is on your
using your
shoulders.
mind
Focus
to
on
control
them.
the robot.
My shoulders. Is this how I do it?
So it seems very attached to your body, kind of like the Kung Fu Gundam. I'll have to look up which one that is. Actually, I can look that up right now. Let's see, Marshall. So, bit embarrassing in my zealous nature to go look up G Gundam. That was the Gundam I was thinking of. I accidentally killed the recording with hotkey shortcuts. So I've deleted my hotkey shortcuts, tried to go back to the point that I was in the game when the recording stopped, because I hit the key that stops the stream, S, or recording. We're not doing that anymore. No more hotkeys. If I do, it'll be function keys maybe. But so unfortunately, I lost about 10 minutes of footage, and I decided to just re-record this. Go through it again. I'm going to try to rehash on my talking points, but unfortunately, it's not going to be as live and good-natured as it was initially. So, we'll go through here. I've got myself some Diet Coke, and Coke Zero. We're gonna get through this just fine. So let's get back to it and shoot them with multi-rocket launchers.
Focus.
Action. Multi-rocket launchers. Let's try to get in the middle right here and get as much as damage as we can.
I can do it.
Seems like a good spot.
How's that?
Again, there's a lot of like
I got him.
hints at plot
Fuyusaka-kun,
here in the
can you evacuate?
tutorial. One thing
A
I've
massive
noticed,
kaiju is
and the
approaching
second,
from behind.
and this will be happening twice in this tutorial, is the pilots of the mobile suits, the mechas,
Fuyusaka-kun,
are
Number 15's
are
taken damage
not
to the rear
the
exhaust system.
expected pilots. And then our first protagonist, we get to actually get some backstory on here. I think it's Iori. Or no, she's Iori. Sorry, I'm gonna get the names right eventually.
Another Sentinel's been transmitted behind you,
But
Fuyusaka-kun. But who is it?
He's not expected to be in there
This is
either.
Sentinel number 13. Moving to cover Fuyusaka-san. Karabe, what are you doing here? I can't let this turn out like Sector 3.
So like,
Izumi?
they all know each other, but
There's no way his memory could have returned.
and then memories.
I remember doing this in my dreams. I think
We'll
I
get
can
back
do
to
this.
somewhat live reactions.
Wait until we call for backup.
We'll be super
Izumi.
live after we get through his
My
story.
name is Juro Karabe.
Juro Karabe. So he's got a different name than what he thinks his name is, or people address him as Izumi rather than Karabe.
Can't mess this up.
And so that's kind of interesting there.
That hit.
And that's kind of cool.
What a pilot. That really is.
Apparently he's an
Izumi.
ace pilot.
But how? Did we do it?
We got through. So again, sorry for the supercut. I'll try to rehash all my talking points, but I don't know if I can do it as naturally.
Me?
So once we get through Juro's story, or his first story here, we'll be at a blind point and able to focus more tightly on the story at hand. Let's begin.
Sure.
Really like this art style here, like the still painting anime kind of thing. I'm not really sure how I feel about it in motion, and I apologize if it seems like I'm shitting on the game or anything. I don't mean to.
This again?
It's an adjustment for me.
What is going
Don't
on?
usually play 2D games like this,
home.
and
Shiba-kun.
the art style I find pleasant to watch. I've never really given it a fair shot in gameplay itself, so we'll see how it goes. So let's so I kind of get the impression that the main character was asleep as well just now. So she's still in a mech suit piloting. That's the girl. I think that's the girl that was in the other mech suit. And this guy might also be in a mech suit. And over here, we've got the main character of another show. For anybody who doesn't know in anime, this is the protagonist seat. You get the window seat, second from the back, so that way someone can sit behind you, someone can sit in front of you, and someone can get to the side, and you can still look out the window for any plot development. But they can talk to you, they can talk to you, and they can talk to you. This is the most common protagonist seat for shenanigans to occur, as this being the central figure of the anime. We can't. I tried to mess around earlier. Can't really proceed any further to this direction. So let's go ahead and talk to our friend Kyoto here.
What's up with you?
I just get this weird feeling sometimes. Like something's off.
What the?
Going to school, living my life. It's like I'm not supposed to be here.
You've seen too many movies, man.
So we haven't really had this hint yet, but they're talking about movies. And this is something that was all... This is our first clue that things might not be in a time period we're used to, in a modern time period, so to speak. So I'm pretty sure, I don't know the exact year yet, but this seems to take place either in the early 90s or late 80s, or maybe potentially, late 90s, but DVD was introduced by then. And you'll see why that's important in just a second here.
Shiba-kun's a bit of a class clown, but he's a good friend. I always talk to him about action flicks.
So again, we're talking about movies, and this really reminds me of my childhood, where gaming in the sense that we have now, even something to this level, was not really accessible to a lot of families or anything like that. A lot of us would just go to the video store to get some movies or potentially rent a video game.
Speaking of movies, I brought your video back. Thanks for letting me borrow it.
Already? I just lent it to you yesterday.
Here's the thing that dates
Wasted
the
no time.
time period.
Can you blame me? Giant robots, fights in the city? I was on the edge of my seat.
You sure love Mecha, don't you, Jiro?
Videotape. Look, it's a VHS.
Here you go.
So,
Let me know if you have any
my
others to
parents
recommend.
actually, I don't have a VCR
Sure, yeah.
player.
You've really turned into a movie
A
buff,
VCR
huh?
player? A VCR. But my parents
Do you
do.
think it's too much?
Video cassette recorder.
Well, now
slash
that you
player.
mention it, I've been seeing the stuff
My
in
parents have about
dreams,
8
too.
of them, and they have a huge movie
Yep,
collection.
definite movie addiction. You're showing all the signs.
And this is actually
Soon
an
enough,
important thing.
You won't know the difference
Right
between
here.
fiction and reality.
So this is a big
Yeah,
theme in the
yeah.
game, mixing
I think I've
fiction
seen
and
a movie
reality.
about that.
And this is, while greatly exaggerated in media, and it will probably be exaggerated here, this is a real thing that happens to everyone to some degree, and some of us a lot more than others. So it most commonly will affect people's memory. So you might remember a situation going down a certain way, and this is especially true in your childhood, where you'll have memories that might not necessarily actually have happened, but you might have watched a movie or something, or a TV show. And this can also be exacerbated if you go on a binge, for instance, and to the point where it affects your dream, and you dream about the show or the movie or the video game you're playing, and it can replace your memory there. And I mean, not to a great degree, but you might remember something slightly differently than how it actually occurred, and that is the blending of the reality and what's the word? Blending of the reality and the fiction, so to speak, which is the thing. So here we're going to look at Iori, who's probably in battle right now.
Shiba-kun's a bit
Oh,
of a
we already
class clown,
watched
but
this.
he's a good...
Maybe I have to hit X on her? There we go.
Yusaka-san's asleep again. School's out
She's
for the
in
day.
battle.
Should I wake her up? Come to think
IRL,
in
probably.
that movie yesterday, the girl piloting the robot looked awfully familiar.
Blending of reality again.
She always seems to be sleeping. And then she shows up in my dreams.
It's the girl
I
of your
can't help
dreams,
but
my
be a
dude.
little curious about her.
Well, now we get the drama talk over here.
Shall we go home, Asami-chan? Sorry.
I think I'm
I've
just
got
judged by
plans
the
with
coloring. I think one color is more more important than the other, and things aren't going right for her.
Right?
She's
Ew,
anxious
no.
to meet a boy.
I mean, it
Or-
is a guy, but Iori-chan met someone special too.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like she's gonna end up being a
You're
pilot.
also lucky with boys. It's not fair.
She's got the most character out of the
Deep
bunch of
breaths,
them.
Miwako. Hold on a sec, Miwako.
And we're getting called
Did
out
you
for
need
snooping.
something?
Not really.
So as I was saying,
Hey, by the way, I saw that one video up for rent.
Gosh, this
Oh,
just really
the one
brings
you
back
told me about the
memories
other
of
day?
going to the
Really?
video store,
Yep, gonna rent it.
renting a
I've
movie,
got to.
video game, you name it. It was
Oh crap.
like a lot of
Give me a
people
minute, I'll
my
be right back.
age and older will remember this
It's
as
always
a
something, isn't it?
fun
Guess I'll
childhood
wait here.
memory.
Wonder what he's up to.
of going to, my parents taking me to the video store with the opportunity to rent.
Fusaka-san. Rise and shine.
To rent a movie, for instance. We've taken her out of battle.
Class is already over.
Kurabe-kun?
I'm not Kurabe.
Thanks.
You were out cold, huh?
Just now, I had another weird dream. And you were there.
We're dreaming of each other. I don't think this is romantic or anything.
What kind of dream was it?
Well,
Dude! This sucks, man. Can't find Amiguchi anywhere.
Amiguchi.
Wait
Haven't met
a minute.
Amiguchi
What's
yet.
going on here?
Why you gotta make it weird?
You two are looking awfully cozy.
I kind of really wish I would have
like
said that to my friends in high school that would do exactly what
Oh,
he's
yeah?
doing right now.
Then what's the problem?
Why you gotta make it weird? So, like,
Don't mind me.
if you're a
Carry on.
younger person and you're trying to talk to a girl, or really, you're
Sorry,
just a person
Fusaka-san.
trying to talk to
Let's
someone
talk
you're
about this some other
romantically
time.
interested in, or you just want to talk to somebody, where that could be suspected that you're potentially in a relation. You could be potentially
That movie's a hidden gem.
in a relationship with them.
It's tough to get a hold of these days.
That's the viewpoint. Don't let it affect your conversation with them when your friends or somebody comes up to you and goes, "What's going on?"
hey, I'm sorry. I'll buy you a crepe next time.
Just, look at them and be like, "Why you gotta make it weird?"
Hey, could you move?
Sorry.
I'm totally in your way, apparently.
I love the view
What?
from the old classroom.
I know, I shouldn't tease you like that.
Either.
But yeah,
But it's
like,
your
just
fault
look at
for
them and be like,
keeping secrets.
"Why you gotta make it weird?" Put it on them that it's weird. Don't put it on yourself.
Everyone's training hard with their teams. They're really supporting one another.
Oh, this is so
Maybe
animated.
I should join a club too.
Yeah, sure.
It's about time for me to go home.
Oh, is this... I don't remember what the trigger is for her to move on. Maybe I need to go talk to her. I don't know. Let's go find out. But yeah, so anybody like tries to make a conversation like, "Hey, you two are like looking awfully cozy together," just look at them and be like, "Why you gotta make it weird?" Maybe you gotta look at these papers. Let's talk to Kyoto again, I guess.
But seriously, Amiguchi, we gotta catch that guy and quick.
You want to hang out again that badly?
He's got all the good video games.
See?
Just waiting for me to play.
Like, oh,
the
this
sucky thing is,
also harkens
never
back to
around
my
unless you make
childhood. Like,
plans.
going to that friend's house. Like, my parents were very,
Amiguchi-kun's not the most responsible guy. but
cheap. We had a Nintendo
smart,
Entertainment
athletic,
System that was older
and
than me,
popular
and
with the
I
ladies.
still have it to this day.
On top of that, his
But,
family is rich. He's got
that
all the
was our
latest
video
game
games.
consoles in his room.
And we had like Duck Hunt, Mario, and a couple other games that were, fine for, maybe an hour or so, but nothing, like no Nintendo 64, no PlayStation. So the neighborhood kid that actually had, the consoles, it was fun to go over to like Mikey's house to play PlayStation, or my next door neighbor Richie, and we'd play Nintendo 64 and play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and stuff. And so like the what they're talking about here, because they were expensive back then and kind of niche. Like there's a lot that I'm liking about this, harkening to the times of me growing up.
You know, Amiguchi-kun usually grabs a snack on his way out. Maybe he's still around.
oh, in the cafeteria? That's right. He was there during break too.
Alright, I think she's gonna grab me now. Nope, I'm gonna run away.
Kurabe-kun.
No.
Let's head to the cafeteria. Grab your stuff and come on.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, darn it.
Hey, Kurabe-kun.
Darn it.
What is it, Sawatari-san?
Those papers on the podium.
Can I
Could you
help
take
you?
them to Miss Morimura in the nurse's office?
I mean, I guess.
Well, it's your turn this week.
Oh. Well,
Oh, is it?
if it's my turn, then sure, I guess. Thanks for reminding me.
The papers.
Yeah, like the ones that are here that I'm trying to stay in front of.
Is this it?
Oh my god.
Yes,
Protagonist
that's
Chan. Yes.
Please take care of
The
it.
ones that are on the only podium in class. You know. I can't really react to him. Oh, here he is. Maybe I can,
Sorry. I can't. These papers. I need to take them to Miss Morimura.
Morimura.
Seriously? Well, do what you gotta do. But we're not giving up on Amiguchi, alright? I'm gonna head over to the cafeteria. Grab your bag and meet me there when you can.
This is so, like, inconvenient having to go find your friend. Just think about this from, like, a today perspective, or even like, early 2000s perspective. You could just text your friend. Like, it wasn't that hard to... Like, it's not that hard to just, you know, shoot him a quick text message. Everybody has a phone now. And, like... I mean, like, they're definitely high school age. Ooh, fast forward text. Alright, cool. Let's do a hard save real quick. But yeah, like, just thinking about that from this perspective of, like, that also dates it, because you could just call up Yamaguchi. But that was how it was. Like, you had to, like, go look for your friend.
Excuse me?
It was pretty arduous to go actually connect with someone.
She's not here.
Let's go look around in the room. I've done this before, but I think I missed some of the extra shit last time I could look at. Let's see. Can I look at anything up here, or is it pretty limited? So there's some extra papers. No, that's the only thing I can interact with, it looks like. Let me just double check over here. Nope. Alright.
What should I do with these papers?
So here's some plot reveal.
Can I just leave them here? There's a document with my picture on it. What is this?
I probably shouldn't look at it, but...
I'll just take a peek.
I mean, it's about me.
Juro Izumi?
Izumi.
It's my photo, but the last name is wrong. I'm Juro Kurabe. Symptoms. Psyche stabilized via drug administration. Patient is obedient.
So,
General good.
I'm going to pause this because it's going to get interrupted, but, like, this really reminds me of a quest line in Cyberpunk where, like, the mayoral candidate is getting drugged and brainwashed. And it makes me think that something similar is going on with him, because they've been, like, they've drugged him to make him obedient and be in good health. Not that he was disobedient before, but they're trying to align him into their plot of some variety, maybe. I don't know.
Health. Drugs, huh?
Drugs in Japan are also don't go together, especially in this time
Oh,
period.
Kurabe-kun.
Most nurses would tell you, just get over it. Like, tough it out. That was the common thing. I guess I had time to actually react to it. I still feel silly. Anyway, check out how the bag changes hands real fast. Chicka, chicka. Let's talk to Miss Morimura, who, looking
I
pretty
think
good.
you forgot these.
Oh my. You brought them back for me?
I was told it was my turn this week.
I see. You're a good kid, Kurabe-kun. Thank you. I appreciate the
I
help.
think all blonde people in anime are from Sweden, because that's what Swedish
Shiba-kun's
people
waiting
look
for
like.
me.
They're all
I
very
should go to the
beautiful.
cafeteria.
And that's probably a gross stereotyping understatement, but every time I see a Swedish person, I'm like, goodness.
Oh, one more thing. Kurabe-kun. How is your current condition?
This is weird. condition?
My condition?
You know. Any heart palpitations? Dizziness?
Oh, he's
Headaches?
looking right at those.
Are you getting enough sleep at night?
Why do you ask?
There's a nasty cold going around.
At this time of year?
They have physics.
That's
Oh
a
my
bit
goodness.
odd, isn't it?
I didn't
I'll give you
expect
some
that.
medicine just in case.
Now this is the complete
No,
opposite
thank
of
you.
how it would go in Japan.
I'm
It
fine.
raises a lot of red
Really.
flags for me. Because like I
I
said,
see.
they're like,
If
just
you'll
get
excuse
over
me.
it. So they wouldn't preemptively give you medication in Japan, and they usually, well, in the US they kind of do actually. I just haven't gone to the doctor as frequently as I should. But in Japan, for those of you who are unaware, and this is still pretty much the case to this day, and if you've played Persona 5, you've kind of gotten perspective on this. They don't like to give out medication. They usually think the body's good enough to take it on its own and get over it.
Whoa, you're still here?
Shiba-kun, what's up?
Amiguchi wasn't in the cafeteria.
It was also kind of
Figured I'd try
suspicious
here.
that,
Well, guess that's all we can do.
well, I would have
Let's stop
seen
by
him
the
if he
video
was
store
here
on the
because
way
you knew
home.
I was coming.
Come on.
So it is kind of suspicious that you thought it was weird I was still here. But, you know, I don't know if this is the kind of game where I need to be sus of everybody or not. Let's leave him alone and go talk to these girls. Hey, girls. No? Okay. Maybe there's girls over here I can talk to. Nope, I have to talk to Kyoto. Alright, let's see.
Something wrong?
He couldn't catch Amiguchi. The video store was a waste of time. This sucks, man.
Oh, I do remember occasionally, like when I got a bike. It was a heck of a bike ride, but there was a video store in downtown. And I'd say downtown, like that's. I lived in a really tiny village. So there was a video store. There's actually a video store now in a different spot. I don't know if the old video store is still open or not. I think there's something else there. But we. I don't think I ever went. But the neighborhood kids occasionally would ride their bikes down to the town part. Like we lived like a couple miles away from town, maybe more, maybe 4 or 5, which is not a small distance for a kid. But to go look at the video store, and sometimes it would be a waste of time too. Or I kept renting the same Mortal Kombat, expecting it to be a different movie, and it wasn't.
It's true that one video was already rented out. But we didn't come back empty-handed.
And you would
That
often
old-ass kaiju
re-rent the same movie.
Daimos
Like
versus
he does right here.
Mecha-Daimos. It's a real masterpiece from '74.
Because
You and your
it was
giant
just what you had.
robots.
Nobody had cable. We were too poor
Hey,
for it.
I got a flyer from the theater the other day.
The neighborhood kid who did have
It
cable
showed
was
what
pretty
movies They're
popular.
playing this month. Guess what was on there? The
But-
original Daimos.
But yeah,
Do you
you'd
want to go?
re-rent the same movie,
Jeez,
and then
100
maybe that was
times
because
wasn't
I
enough
was
for
just so young, and that was kind of fun to do. But yeah, like it was pretty common to be like, you know, there weren't any good new movies I was interested in, but you
A
know,
sci-fi
I was
movie
able
from
to get this movie I do
1954.
like, so you can
Heavy on
watch the
special
flick.
effects.
You might watch
The
it a
first
few
in what will
times.
become a long-running series.
See if we can talk to some girls.
I'll pass on the arcade. It's too shady these days.
Why not get a game console? Then you can stay safe at home.
See, like,
My little brother totally tried that argument on our dad. He was
This
like,
was a
if you don't
regular
buy me
thing.
One, I'll fall in with the wrong crowd.
well, we didn't have arcades where I was growing up. I mean, well, not in close proximity. Like if I lived closer to the mall, maybe I could have gone to an arcade. But or if I had a set of friends that would go there. But didn't really have anything like
Miyuki
that.
Inaba sure is popular these days.
Miyuki
Right?
Inabe.
I even see her in TV commercials. Everyone at school seems to love her. Think she'll be in
So
this
maybe
year's
it's a
award
school
show?
idol that's famous. This is
Hey,
old man has to say.
Aren't we going home? Wrong way, man.
Watch, he fucks off. That's kind of funny. I do like, so you kind of ditch him, but you can't actually ditch him.
comes
Come
back.
on, Juro. Let's go home.
Alright, let's go home.
The Sentinel isn't responding. Miura-kun? The activation.
You know this guy?
I know I did it right. Why won't it start?
Talk to him.
Miura-kun.
See if he's okay. He seems a little out of whack.
Juro-kun. What's wrong? Is everything all right? You look awful.
So he's not doing so well. Let's see if we can confide in him, or other way around. Sorry.
Do you feel sick? I'm fine.
Forehead
Your
has
forehead?
a glowing scar in it.
Did it just light up? Sorry, but you shouldn't touch it.
Too late. I already touched it, and now I
What
have
the-
the blue super AIDS.
My hand's lighting up too. No. What's going on? This is bad.
Started.
Sentinel number 13. Transmitting. Don't tell me. Are you? What was that?
Over there.
Wait, what the heck is that?
It's no big deal. It's over there.
He summoned a Sentinel. Wait. It looks different. That's a robot from that movie.
You idiot, what are you doing?
Alright, so this is the part
Send
that
that
throws
thing
me
back.
off.
I did that?
like, how do I know it
Okino's
came?
damn code. He added a forced activation protocol.
So he knows more than he's letting on.
This'll be interesting.
Are you?
You leave me no choice. I'm gonna need you to forget about this for now.
Shiba-kun?
So this makes Shiba even weirder, dude.
So I kind of think Shiba might be our like friend chaperone who gets us into enough trouble to come off as a friend, but he's actually working for the organization that's trying to either brainwash us or protect us in some way from a truth. I'm not sure.
All right.
But I'm going to kill the video for there and start up the next episode. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to separate these into stories. So thank you for watching. Stay safe. Please comment. Let me know if you think this is enjoyable. I'm enjoying talking about it. I'm definitely having fun going down memory lane. But anyway, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day and stay safe.